This is the extended reading for an ending or for those in separation. Hello, I'm Avalon Kisby and I welcome you to my fairly new YouTube site where I try and add value and extend some of the TikTok videos that I've had and give a deeper explanation of the cards. So I welcome you joining me here today and invite you to follow if this is something that you feel that you would benefit from. So if you wanted to go see the card shuffle and, the card pull, please go watch that on TikTok under the same name of Avalon Kisby. Let's have a quick recap here. So I have to say that this is probably not my usual type of reading, but felt very much inspired to pull this today just because I've had so many people come for private readings who are in separation. So yeah, let's have a take a peek at this, all right? So the first two cards that came out actually were Death and the Tower card. Very, very significant endings here. It might have been something that felt like a bolt of lightning out of the blue, and a very sudden coming to an ending here. We had the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, beg your pardon, that was just sitting underneath the Death card. Again, this is a feeling of well, the cards say it all. Well, the illustration says it all. Feeling like you've been stabbed in the back, almost by someone who knew what they were doing, okay? Now, again, it suggested that this happened extremely quickly here with the Knight of Swords. What's very interesting is I notice in this particular deck, I'm really drawn to the house in the background here and to the fire in the background here. It really feels like this person who has done this ending has done so very impulsively, on a whim, and is almost like a self-sabotage kind of energy is what I'm getting in regards to that. This has left the other feeling completely upside down. We have the Hanged Man and the Emperor both in the reverse position. This is saying that someone feels stuck and not being able to move forward. And this one here is saying feeling a lack of control and, powerless within this decision. The decision was not theirs and their world has been turned upside down because of this. Then what came out was the Queen of Pentacles, and in no other Queen of Pentacles deck have I ever noticed this before. So I think it's very much apt to this particular deck, which is called New Journey, and it's seeing things from a different perspective. But do you see the Queen's face here? How sad she is. She has the coin. She has the coin, but she's not even holding it up. She's holding it's down, right? To me, this feels like this is the one who did the self-sabotaging. Now, take the gender away from this. This doesn't have to say that it's the feminine that has done this. It could very well have been. We are just going by the energy of the cards, not the gender, okay? But this queen looks like she had it all. Look, if we look at the illustration on the back of the chair here, you can see that she has so much that she's actually able to give to others. And yet now all she has is this one coin to think about. All right, we also see that there's rose hips. You see the rose petals and then you see the rose hips, and the rose hips are strewn on the ground. Something has been spoiled is what it feels like. The next card that came out was then the Moon card. Let's look at this Moon card. Again, it's very different from the regular decks in that we see this person coming out of the water. They have their head down and they're carrying a little dagger here. It's almost like they've realized what they've done. They know that they're the ones who have done this. Stabbing in the back here with this dagger. And they're seeing it from a different perspective now. I think they're coming into full realization. The Moon card is talks a lot about the subconscious and, having to go back and do a lot of healing within that. And it feels like this person genuinely is starting to realize here with the moon and the illumination. You see they are now being illuminated to what they have truly done. And they probably have realized that they have self-sabotaged something where they had everything. They had everything here, and now everything and more, and they're realizing, and they're in a lot of deep grief. I feel deep grief and remorse is what I feel in this card. Now, I know I'll probably get comments say, well, I'm not taking them back or anything. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to do a thing about it if you don't so choose. I'm just telling you, I'm just explaining what the cards are saying and what the energy feels like at this time. The next card that came out is the Strength card. Now, what's really interesting about this is, do we see this snake? It kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, actually. We have the snake there, and as I had mentioned in the video earlier, there might have been something to do with temptation. You see there's the snake here. There's the apple tree, as in if we remember the Garden of Eden, and the apple tree being something that's tempting, and then the snake is the one who does the temptation. Okay, so it feels very much like there's been temptation that has played a part in this role. And look, it felt like the bond was really strong. The bond between you and the one that you're separated with was really, really strong. You see, we have this infinity symbol above here. And then there was a snake that came in and came to tempt, to twist the plot. Let us have a look at what happens next. Okay, let's put all of these cards back into this deck and see what happens next, please, Spirit. What happens next in regard to the separation? We have the Eight of Wands. What happens next in regard to this separation? Maybe one more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, bottom of the deck here, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Empress. We have the Judgment. We have that Moon card that has come out again. And we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's go back to this Moon card. We're going to pair this Moon card with the Eight of Wands here. There could be a message that is coming in soon. The Eight of Wands does talk about communication, and about communication coming in pretty fast. Now, I just have to say, what the universe calls fast and what we call fast are two entirely different things. So, but as far as the universe is concerned, there's a message that could potentially coming in fast, and it could be them admitting, them or you, whoever plays this role, admitting that they have seen what they have done, they fully recognize it. Maybe at the time they were caught up and they didn't recognize fully what they had done, but they sure do now. They're seeing it from a completely different perspective, illuminated by this. And you know, I'm noticing the dogs, or the wolves, the dogs howling in the foreground here, and to me that feels like a grief, like such sincere grief that they feel for this. Okay. But yeah, there could be this message coming in fairly quickly here. Maybe wanting to resurrect something as well. This is the Eight of the Wands are sometimes representative of Cupid's arrow. So wanting to send some sort of message of love. And here with this Knight of Pentacles, again, somebody wanting to come in and make an offer. Slowly, they've taken their time about it. So, but it's slow and steady is how it seems. Now let's look at these two cards here. It may be, however, that you have evolved from this. Whenever we go through something of this nature, this deep, deep nature, we are forever changed. There is no going back to who we were prior to this experience. For both parties, I have to say, okay? Here with the Judgment card, I often see the Judgment card for people who are going through spiritual ascensions or going through deep emotional experiences that, like I say, it's a transformative energy. Now this transformative energy, if you see it in other decks, some of these beings that are in the coffin, although everybody has heard the trumpet, some beings go back into the coffin and lay down. and they do not move ahead. So this card to me is always suggesting that there are people who are not going to be going with you in the future. That'll be something for you to choose, whether this is, but you may have evolved past this situation to a point where you may have empathy. You may have empathy, and there may be forgiveness, maybe not. But you are going to move ahead, is what it feels like. We have the Empress. The Empress is in the upright position. She knows her worth. She knows her value. And sorry, I shouldn't say she. I just like gender. They know their worth. You know your worth. And the swan here. The swan here is symbolic of life mate. This person you may have thought was going to be your life mate. You may have even had a family with them, or been planning to have some sort of family. Certainly something that was going to be stand a great length of time is what you thought. Okay, and the back is turned. The back is turned. You're moving on ahead. With all of these stars, this crown suggests wisdom that you have gained throughout this. And like I say, truly knowing your value. So what happens in this situation, Spirit? What happens in this situation? Let's just pull maybe 3 more cards, please, Spirit, to see what happens in this situation. To me, it feels like there may be forgiveness. There's definitely deep sorrow from one. The other one may have evolved so much that they are no longer a vibrational match. But let us have a look. One more, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and we have the Knight of Swords. There's the Knight of Swords coming back in again. Somebody is going to be rushing. Just as they rushed out, they rush back in again. There might be a fear, however, that this person will leave again. The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is a card of someone walking away, of leaving. So it could be you afraid that this person might do the same thing all over again. They might not have fully healed to the point where you feel that this self-sabotage could happen again. This could be repeated patterns. Or this could be you walking away and deciding that that is no longer for me. The 4 of Wands is a card of stability. So looking for stability, wanting stability, knowing your worth. The wheel is saying, you know, everything is turning in your favor, even behind the scenes, because we're looking at a completely different perspective than we normally see. But it's like the universe has you, it's got you, it has plans for you, and there's a lot that's going on for you behind the scenes, including. This card is also known as the 11 card of a divine counterpart. You can see there's a lot of abundance with it, a lot of celebration. So for some, this is a card of walking away. And for others, it might be a card of reunion, of coming back together, or of knowing that in the future there is something that is coming for you that is going to create a lot of stability, whether that's you on your own or with another. Let's just, to finish off here, let's just pull Oracle. What do we need to know, please, Spirit? What do we need to know, please, Spirit, about this situation? How this ends? What do we need to know for the viewer? Confident. It would be to move forward in confidence. Bottom of the deck is ego death. I feel that we all have ego, yes, but I feel much more that it is the other person who is going to be going through a massive ego death. With that Judgment card, there is lessons that have been potentially learned within this, and yeah, but you're to move forward with confidence. Okay, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're everything. You came up as the Empress. All right, so you're going to be attracting wonderful things into your life. We have the Wheel of Fortune also saying the same thing. So I send so much love to each of you. Hugs. And thank you again for supporting me in this aspect here on YouTube. And I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Have such a lovely day today.